Hey, what's up, everybody, and welcome to the second WiseGuyCast. I'm his Mike, aka Black Magus, and I'm here with my boy KidDaGamer. Go ahead and say hello to the people, sir.
What's going on, everybody? Hope you guys are enjoying yourselves.
All right, now tell them a little bit about who you are, what you do.
Well, when I first started YouTube, I was doing a little bit of everything, which I guess most people end up doing when they first start off, trying to figure out their lane, and stuff like that. But right now, if you guys are interested in pretty much NFL discussions, talking about the NFL, primarily, I do Madden, sometimes a little bit of NBA 2K, but majority is going to be football. So if you like football, you like the NFL, come through and check out the channel.
Cool. Now, what got you into YouTube?
You know what? Honestly, I jumped into YouTube when PlayStation dropped their update for the share factor, because at the time my PC wasn't up to par. I didn't really have an Elgato, and so when PlayStation dropped that, I decided to jump in and just give it a shot. I wasn't going in trying to take it too serious or anything like that, because I understand the struggles and the grind of getting into it at first. But now that I've been doing YouTube for about, I want to say, almost 2 years now, I guess legit. I'm starting to enjoy interacting with people that come through on the channel and stuff like that. So that's what pretty much got me into it. I just wanted to communicate with people outside of those that I interact with, with my friends and stuff like that. I don't mind interacting with people, on the internet. And so I wanted to use YouTube as another platform to do so. So that's why I got into YouTube.
That's cool. And it also led you pretty much start your own NFL Madden league. Tell everybody about the Fade. And where did you get that from anyway?
The name, all right. So the Fade came from primarily me and the Great Patriot. We used to go back and forth on Madden 15, and we used the term like, all right, I'm about to fade you up, and come catch this fade, meaning come get online so you can take this L. Pretty much it's just like another word to to say come catch this L or whatever. And so one day, I think I was thinking about doing an NFL podcast. The original idea was to have, two people represent the NFC, two people represent the AFC, meaning like their teams and stuff like that. And then we'll come together on this weekly podcast before the NFL kickoff, which is, primarily Sundays. And so that's how we got together. That's how the Fade League podcast began. Now, we have an online custom connected franchise mode with Madden 16. It's about, I want to say, 8 to 10 users right now. And so that's why we call that the online Fade League. Pretty much, like I said, just playing Madden and just coming together, doing our own thing and stuff like that. Using another resource outside of Madden Ultimate Team, I guess Draft Champions, because I look at it as the connected franchise mode plays a lot better than the Ultimate Team does. Like you get more you get more penalties, you get more. I feel like the gameplay is more smoother when it comes to the franchise mode. Plus, you ain't got to worry about spending no money. You ain't got to worry about no packs or anything like that. And so I look at it as an escape from all that nonsense that's going on with Ultimate Team, at least from my perspective. And so that's pretty much how the online Fade League came together. So it should be continuing on throughout the summer, leading up to Madden 17, and we'll see from there. So if anybody's interested in that, I could provide a link. We actually have a Twitter handle right now, Online Fade League. I can also leave information to get access to that as well, just in case you guys or anyone that's listening to this podcast that are interested in joining an online connected franchise for the PlayStation 4. So that's pretty much what the online Fade League is.
Okay. Make sure to put that link in the chat so I can add it to the description of this video, because I didn't even know you had like a dedicated Twitter handle for that. Yeah. So will this just be for Madden, or are you guys gonna possibly try to do a league for like say 2K or
we try? WWE? You know what? We would like to do one for NBA 2K. The only issue with 2K is when it comes to their online associations, it only lasts a year, and so after each season, you got to pretty much start all over, and so it's not like you have like a draft. You get to draft guys. Plus, I like how they have it set up where you can play your schedule ahead. You don't have to wait for it in advance. Say like with Madden, you got to pretty much wait for everybody to ready up, or we pretty much advance once a day. But whereas with 2K, I guess I give them props with that is you could just play as many games as you want to, I guess until the playoffs start. But with NBA 2K, they don't have an off season, so it's like one season and you're done. And if I'm not connected to the team and stuff like that, I pretty much feel like it's a waste of time if I know I'm going to be starting all over, unless you use it for bragging rights, which we did for 2K15. We did a little bit of something, but it was like no league and nothing like that. It was only like 4 or 5 of us playing at the time. So if 2K were to add an off season, like a legit online association, then yeah, you could possibly see us doing that as well.
Okay, I didn't know I barely touched 2K anymore because I just got tired of that game.
I'm barely on that as is now, so I don't blame
you. Yeah, I can't do it. I can't. That's why I commend you because you're playing Madden, and I haven't really played Madden hardcore since gosh.
See, and the thing with Madden is I didn't really start playing Madden again until 15. Like I went from 09. I didn't really get into 10 or 11 or 12, 13, 14. I pretty much stayed away from Madden. 09 was like the last one I legit played all the time, but I understand a lot of people get frustrated with Madden. Me personally, I don't get that frustrated. I think, some nonsense that happens sometimes, but I look at it like as this. If I have no control over it, I'm not even going to stress over it no more. So
that's a good way to look. I mean, I will admit this. I did have Madden 15. And it wasn't bad. It was actually better than
Madden 15 was all right.
Yeah, it improved over the last one I played. I think the last one I played before that was 12. And then before that was 8. Because it's just, I don't know. It's just something about Madden that just irritates the hell out of me. Right. I don't know what it is. It's crazy. Okay, so now you mentioned the podcast. When is that coming back?
We're aiming, since it's the off season, which, with the NFL, I guess with the draft passing, we had something to discuss, but mainly with the NFL, once the off season hit, it gets real dry. And so we may be coming back together. If not next week, Saturday, it'd be a week after that. Just trying to, like I said, get things together. I guess with, like I said, the NFL draft passing, we can have a little bit more to discuss. But it's probably going to be another break until, pretty much when preseason kicks off, which is, August. So right now, I guess we just pacing ourselves leading up until, that full, every week type of podcast. But right now, I think we'll discuss a little bit after the draft, see who won the draft, stuff like that. Maybe talk about free agency. But after that, we probably have like another break leading up into preseason unless something dramatic happens. So that's the aim. So hopefully 2 weeks from now, we can possibly get together on the channel.
Okay, and what days are you going to usually do it? Is it going to still be Saturdays like it was, or?
Oh, yeah, it's going to still be Saturdays. We like to discuss, I guess, the football, leading up until the weekend. And so Saturdays is probably a good day for me, I think, for most of the guys that come on the channel. And so, it'll still be Saturdays.
Okay, cool. So I'll make sure to put that in the notes. And, yeah, I want to come back because I have a lot to gripe about this offseason. Let's get into the sports part of the conversation. That's pretty much going to be the bulk of this, is talking sports. I know you're heavy into NFL. One question I do have is, why are you a fan of the Milwaukee Bucks?
Why am I a fan of the Milwaukee Bucks? I mean, I was born and raised in Milwaukee, so I guess you could say, no choice.
I mean, I was born in, Georgia, but I don't like every.
I got alternatives,
Yeah, and you kind of need one with the Milwaukee Bucks. I'm sorry.
Right. So I mean, the Bucks. You know what? The Bucks is all right to me. They have their ups and downs, probably more downs than ups. But I like the direction that they're heading into. With the pieces of Giannis. him coming in, I guess gaining his confidence from his rookie year, because Giannis has come a long way from when we drafted him. Also the upside of Jabari Parker coming off of his ACL injury that he had his rookie year. That was a guy that I had picked being rookie of the year going into that season. So until he got hurt, obviously Andrew Wiggins took over. But with those two guys, if management can keep, a team, a consistent group of guys around, I'm already hearing reports of them possibly trading Monroe or Chris Middleton, a guy that they just signed. These are things that the Bucks are normally doing.
Monroe, like you just
and we just got these guys, and so they already talking about trading them, which is something that they've been known to do in the past before, which I never understood. We never really had a consistent lineup from like year to year. It's always somebody else. They always bringing in new pieces. And I think when it comes to success in the NBA, you got to have some type of consistency, at least with your starters. Somebody has – you got to build around somebody. That's why I like the fact that Jabari and Giannis have become the players that they are, because now you have, I guess, two guys you can build around that you can bring pieces in. I understand why they want to trade Monroe. Possibly Michael Carter-Williams, he might be traded. Who knows? Messing with the Bucks.
Yeah, we
just got him too. So the fact that they moving Giannis to point guard, unless Michael Carter-Williams is willing to come off the bench, because you can't really have both of those guys in start lineup because they both really can't score like that. No. But with Michael Carter-Williams going into his fourth option, well, his second option, his team option, I was told that they probably just going to let him walk. So who knows what's going to happen with that situation. But hopefully, they get it together, man. The Milwaukee Bucks, they got a future, man. Own the future. That's the slogan. And so we're going to see how that goes.
I will say this. It's a better Milwaukee Bucks than what I grew up on. And I'm sure what you grew up on. They have a lot better pieces. I remember, gosh.
The last great Bucks team I remember was 2001 when they went to the Eastern Conference Finals. They had Ray Allen, Sam Cassell, Glenn Robinson, Tim Thomas. Like, we had a little slogan and everything. We had a commercial in Milwaukee. We had our little Light It Up song, and they'll play it like on commercials with that whole little run that they had. So that was the last great Bucks team that Milwaukee has experienced. Other than that, we haven't been out the first round in I think they said 13 years or something. It's something crazy like that. It's like one of the longest streaks of not getting out the first round. So
I mean, it could be worse. Look who I got. Where I'm at, in the DC area.
Who, the Wizards?
Yeah. Ernie Grunfeld probably needs to go. He really needs to go. They have good players. They just don't ever have a really good team. It's like they make the playoffs, yeah, but they're never really a threat for anything. It's not like they're competing.
I think them years that y'all had Gilbert, I think if it wasn't for LeBron, y'all probably could have made, I guess, a little bit of yeah. So
they always ran into Cleveland, but it was still look at the records that they put up with the talent they had.
Right.
With Gilbert Arenas. It's the Wizards have always been that team that's had so much talent, but it seemed to never be able to take that next step to at least become what the Atlanta Hawks are. At least the Atlanta Hawks right now are a mid-level team.
Right.
They can compete. They may not be a big threat, but they can compete, and they can give you a run. Wizards, they always back into the playoffs. It's like you got too much talent. I mean, even against the LeBron James Cleveland team earlier with Gilbert Arenas, it was like we would go into the playoffs 39-40 something. Come on. You can't even win 41 games. You can't even have a 500 record. But – and it seems like it's the pattern. The best teams they had were the Weber, Howard, and Strickland teams. And even those teams weren't that dominant, which you would think with that talent you would probably be up there in the top four.
Right.
They can never get past that 6 seed or anything like that. It's crazy. It drives me crazy. And ever since under Grunfeld has become the GM, it's just like they've been in a holding pattern for some reason. And now they're going for another coach. They got another coach, and they're going to try to
Scott Skiles, yeah. Not Scott Skiles, but
Scott Brooks.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, so We'll see this time. Then, of course, I have the Redskins.
Redskins? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
How you feeling about your Redskins?
So, see, everybody in the world is very, very happy. In fact, I saw a lot of people trying to say they had the best draft. And I'm kind of perplexed at how they're getting all this praise for this draft. They got some pieces that they need. At least they got some people in the later rounds that fit roles, like a safety, some offensive linemen, stuff like that. But I just feel like this whole offseason, they've kind of wasted. They wasted a chance to put depth in the team.
Are you sold on Kirk Cousins?
No, I've never been sold on Kirk Cousins. I honestly think that this is probably one of the smartest things they've done, though, which is not giving him a huge contract already.
Right.
Let him play out this year and see if it's true or not. Because you have to think, this is the first time that he's actually been a consistent quarterback. He's never shown consistency leading up to this season. Could be because everybody said, you're the man, and that gave him confidence. That helps a quarterback when you are 100% behind their back sometimes. Also, could be the fact that we had one of the easiest schedules in the league as well. So that kind of helps too. Doesn't hurt when you can't throw over 30 yards. So your coach is smart enough to play to your abilities and keep you throwing under 10 yards. Jordan Reed was actually healthy for once. So he was a big help.
Y'all just
he's never been healthy his whole career. And now he's finally been healthy. And now we just gave him a lot of money.
I was going to say, he just got paid too, you know.
Yeah, he just got, what was it? I know he got at least $20 million guaranteed. I think it was like a $40 million or something contract.
$50 million extension?
Yeah, $50 million, you know, with the 20-something. Which is good for him. He had a great season. I mean, he's always shown that potential. So, again, him staying healthy. If he stays healthy, then, yeah, he can be that guy. Don't like the Josh Norman move at all. Didn't need to spend that much money for a corner. I mean, it's nice to have a good corner. But, one, this was his first actual, quote-unquote, standout year.
Right.
And it wasn't even all that standout if you look at the numbers. I mean, he did a good job, really great job. But now we're going to find out, is this the system or is he actually that good like people are trying to hype him? And that's my biggest worry, is that I don't know if he's that good.
And Carolina knew. Carolina knew going in. Well, I ain't going to say going in because they just didn't want to pay him the money that he was asking for, probably because they understood that. I guess they felt like he was a product of the system. You know, the pass rush. I guess they had one of the top pass rushes in the league last year, which forced quarterbacks to make throws that they normally probably wouldn't have made. And so that pretty much helped out Josh Norman's numbers when it came to like interceptions, even though I think he only had
four.
And he got most of them in the beginning of the season. So top wide receivers have come out and said, you know, he plays good zone. So they don't look at him as a shutdown quarter, you know, man-to-man corner. And so I didn't believe that he shouldn't have got paid that much off 1 year. Even some of the fans felt like he should have came back, you know, under the franchise tag and proved that, you know, that wasn't just a 1 year thing. And so with him being gone, I think that could be a good pickup for you guys, especially in the NFC East, where you're going up against guys like, you know, Odell Beckham twice a year, a Dez Bryant twice a year. And so he gonna get tested.
He's most definitely about to be tested all up and down the league.
Not to mention, not even just the division. Y'all going up against let me see. I believe y'all going up against, you know, the Steelers. I think y'all got the Steelers week 1. So he's going up against Antonio Brown. There's some other guys he can be going up against too. I don't have the schedule right in front of me.
I think we still got Minnesota on the schedule. So he has to go up against those boys. You know, Diggs and them. We got you guys, don't we?
Yeah, we got the matter of fact, yeah,
NFC North.
You guys play the NFC North.
Yeah, so we got you guys. So yeah, you get to see a healthy Jordy Nelson and
hopefully
all of them. Yeah, so he's gonna have to earn his money, definitely. $15 million a year, he shouldn't have got it, especially when he was only asking for 14. That's the thing that bothered me the most. Like, this guy wasn't even asking for what you gave him. You gave him more than he asked for, and you guaranteed $50 million of it.
All right.
So, regardless of how well he performs or not, you got to pay him over the next 5 years.
I think he got like 50 guaranteed or something.
Yeah, it was like 50 million of it was guaranteed. So they got to pay him. They're stuck with that on their, and that's another thing is we didn't have that much cap room to begin with. I think we entered this free agency with $8 million.
Oh wow!
Now we just put him on the books, and we just put Josh Reed down. Still don't have a quarterback under contract, except for Colt McCoy, and that's only for this year. Yeah. And also we're looking at Deshaun Jackson and Pierre Garçon coming up on contract years. Deshaun, this is his last year. This is Garçon's next to last year. And that's one of the reasons why that draft pissed me off, because when they draft that wide receiver in the first round, I knew they were going to let somebody walk.
Yeah, somebody gonna be gone. I'm hearing good things about. Well, yeah, I'm hearing good things about Josh Doctson. They say he's probably the fastest receiver in that draft. So, 6'3", you're gonna have another speedster. Probably be Deshaun.
Yeah, because I don't think him and what's his name, Gruden gets along well anyway. Because he had his issues with Gruden and the way he was calling plays to begin with, and Gruden's not gonna have that. But
Gruden gonna get him up out of there, man. If he got an issue with him.
Which, I mean, hey, it's fine because Gruden's gonna get himself fired eventually.
Think so after this season?
We have to go 8-8 at least. We have to compete because this is going to be a tougher schedule. We're getting better teams now. Right. We're playing a first place schedule. It's sad. Because this is what happened the last time. We came in, RG3 had a great year. We won the league off of last place schedule. The next year we faced like a ton of great teams and just couldn't hang because we weren't that good of a team. And that's why I was like, I don't know about giving all this money to one or two players when you need to build a better team, like a team, So we'll see. I mean, I'm gonna try to stay hopeful. We'll see what happens. It's gonna be an interesting year. Your team, Green Bay Packers. What do you think they're gonna do?
Crazy thing about that, I was just about to get into that. Tomorrow I was gonna start discussing, my season predictions. I gotta start off with the home team. Looking at the schedule, I mean, a lot of people are saying that we have one of the easiest schedules in the league. I somewhat go by that, but then again, I can't go by it because a lot of things has changed. We got the AFC South and the NFC East this year, so anything could pretty much happen. As we've seen last year, we're not healthy. We can turn, a good season into a bad one. 10-6 was considered bad to us. I think the only thing that saved us was the fact that we started off 6-0 because if you look after that bye week, we lost 3 straight. Beat Minnesota, lost another game, won 3 straight, then lost our last 2. So we was up and down after the bye week. And so hopefully if these dudes can stay healthy, I think with what we did in the I think how well we played in the playoffs gave me some confidence, going into this season as, okay, if we was at full power, I think we could have made a run, for the Super Bowl, especially seeing how we played up against Arizona, who was pretty much healthy outside of missing Tyrann Mathieu. I didn't think they really needed him for that game to be that close. As you already know, it went pretty much into OT from Aaron Rodgers, pretty much sending it there with those 2 Hail Marys. And so
that was the craziest thing I've ever seen.
So for us to do as well as we did against a pretty healthy Arizona team, I feel like we had our boys. We could have made some more noise. And so hopefully going into this year, if Jordy comes back healthy, if Eddie Lacy, who I'm hearing good things about, comes back, right 100 – well, not necessarily 100 – he wasn't really hurt, but he was just,
the
overweight.
usual out of shape, and
He was out of shape, and so I'm hearing good things about that. Plus, he's in his contract year, so he has to perform if he wants to get paid. And then again, even if he does perform, I don't know if we even going to resign him, at least for what he's probably going to ask for, depending on what he does in the regular season. And so we should be able to make some noise. But like I said, it's all coming down to health, because there's a couple of teams on this schedule that I feel like we could potentially lose to. Now, I see us going 13-3. That's just my record if we stay healthy. But
yeah,
that should be enough to make some noise. And so hopefully we'll see. You know, I don't want to jinx. I feel like I jinxed them last year, so I don't want to jinx them this year, because I didn't see none of that stuff happen that on which everything happened. I didn't see Jordy going down, especially in the preseason. And we got 5 preseason games this year. Not to mention we got the early bye week. So
why do you have so many preseason games? What the hell?
Because of the Hall of Fame game.
Oh,
and I seen that happen. And once they inducted Brett Favre, I'm like, yep, we probably gonna be. And I said we probably gonna be going against the Colts. I think Dungy got in. Somebody got in from the Colts. A lot of people. No, Harrison got in from the Colts. And so I like, yeah, we probably gonna have Packers going up against the Colts.
Hold on, who else went into the Hall of Fame this year?
I don't know. I had to check that list again, but I know the headliners was Brett Favre, Marvin Harrison. I felt like T.O. should have got in. That's just my take. I feel like T.O. should have been the first ballot, but yeah, you know history with T.O. in the media. So
yeah, and honestly, I think with all Hall of Fames, the media kind of punished players a bit. Like people, they kind of feel they are warranted, but they'll be like, "Well, fuck this dude because he was shitty to us and all that." I feel like sometimes they like the player, like with baseball, how they always talk about we're not going to induct this person because
baseball is rough.
Yeah, they're ruthless with that. And I feel like it shouldn't be about the extra stuff outside of what they do on the field. I mean, I guess the cheating, the steroids and stuff, okay. I can kind of understand that, but like T.O., yeah, he was an asshole. He was also a really good wide receiver. And he would have put up much better numbers had people not liked him as a person, or he hadn't been an asshole. Mm-hmm. And even with being an asshole, he put up better numbers than most receivers.
I also heard that even when it came to like wide receivers in the Hall of Fame, they said the only one that went first ballot was Jerry Rice. So
that is true. They do tend to like kick wide receivers to the curb because it takes a minute for a lot of them to get there.
It does. So hopefully T.O. get in next year. But yeah, that's why we got 5 preseason games. Honestly, how the things played out for us last season, I don't think them guys gonna really even be playing preseason like that. I will sit Rodgers down. I sit of course Jordy down. I wouldn't even play him in the preseason. You know, these veterans, they ain't got nothing to prove. I mean, you could play them in the last preseason game, but they know the deal. They know what's going into these games. And so a lot of guys I will sit, especially the starting offensive line. Sit all of them down. Don't get nobody hurt.
It's funny because they've always said that they should cut the preseason, but you just reminded me of something that the league tried to think of, which I want to know how you felt about it when they introduced the whole proposition of taking away 2 preseason games and then adding 2 regular season games. Do you think that would have been a smart thing to do?
I understand it from the player's point of view because you know even if they took away, even if they had the games that they got set, don't nobody really take preseason serious. Now you take away those games, them non-serious games, and put it into 2 more games into the regular season, which people will come at you 100%. You just putting the players in more harm's way, and so I don't understand. It's not like I don't think they lose money. Or I don't know if they even gain more money. I don't know. Possibly.
I'm sure they kind of do. Because have you ever been to a preseason game?
I've never been to an NFL game yet.
Oh, really?
I gotta make that trip to Lambeau one of these days.
Oh, wow. I've been to like FedEx Field for a preseason game, and it's kind of about just as expensive as a regular season game. The tickets I got for free, thank God. I wouldn't even get no tickets like that down here. But yeah, parking was like $20, $25. Concessions are like ridiculous. like $8 for a hot dog and some potato chips. It's like they treat it like a regular season game as far as like expense wise. So that's probably why they did that whole we'll take away 2 preseason, but we'll add 2 because they want that rep. But it's just like, do you need it?
I think the 16 is enough.
Yeah, I think 16 is perfect. I think the NFL has the perfect amount of games. I would take away the 2 preseason, just take them away, period.
Just take them away, yeah. Don't even add on. Make the regular season come by faster. I mean, in my opinion, that'd be the best thing. And I can see that happening in the future. Like, I can see them honestly giving us probably 3 preseason games. We don't need 4, 5 preseason games. For what?
Yeah, you lose more players than you do, but I guess money.
It's always about the money. You know that.
Which is sad because you would think you want to keep your players healthy because they're making that extra money. Like, no, I mean, nobody don't want to come watch, the backup for the Seahawks play. They want to see Russell Wilson. So Russell Wilson get hurt the preseason, you losing money anyway. So I don't know.
They better leave that alone.
Yeah, they could. And Roger Goodell, though, who gets a lot of flack for a lot of things. What is your opinion of Roger Goodell?
Man, I have no issues with Mr. Goodell. Honestly, he's never, done anything to my squad. So I can understand, maybe like a Patriots fan or somebody will hate Roger Goodell because he coming for Tom Brady again. I was surprised that they still was trying to, get that man his suspension. So right now, Brady is out for 4 games going into next season. If that's gonna last, who knows? I think they should just go ahead and get it over with. That's just my opinion, because obviously Roger Goodell ain't gonna let it go. But Roger Goodell, to me, I have no problems with Mr. Goodell, man. He's been doing A-OK in my book.
Yeah, I'm kind of indifferent. I mean, I guess because I'm not involved, I'm not that invested. The funny thing is, though, is these teams picked him.
Right. I mean, because he works for the teams. I mean.
And by the way, no offense, Patriots fans, but one of his biggest cheerleaders was your owner.
Robert Kraft, exactly.
Yeah, when he was doing everything that was helping in favor of them. When he had to drop the hammer on because Brady did cheat, I'm sorry. Now all of a sudden he's the biggest villain in New England.
That man looked out, and people got to understand, that man burnt them tapes. Obviously, he looked out for the Patriots organization, because if that would have got out, and then, like I said, it must have been something bad to the point where they felt like they had to burn the tapes. Whatever that was, I wish we could have seen something as to what they was actually doing with the recordings. And so I think he has to lash out against the Patriots because of that. Because of the fact that he's looked at as being I guess a cheerleader for the Patriots and Robert Kraft and stuff like that. So. I guess it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. I mean, obviously something went down. They felt the need to, give those guys a ruling. Tom Brady just happens to be the one to take the fall for it, and it just is what it is.
Yeah, I think if there's the only thing I would maybe criticize him is the penalties for certain offenses. Like, I think they need to come up with a legit penalty system. Like, if you do such and such type of offense, then you get this many games under that. Like, anything personal like domestic violence, that should carry a specific. Anything that on field or behind the scenes that involves a game, that should carry a specific. Drug policy should have I think he just needs to build a standardized thing where everybody knows.
It feel like he's been like just creating stuff on the fly. And I mean, and I understand they just been getting hit with like stuff out of the blue, like the whole Ray Rice situation. They really didn't have to deal with that in the public eye. The whole domestic violence situation and stuff. He probably felt pressured, into doing certain things, especially with this whole Brady thing. Everything now being, revolving around social media. He has all that behind him. I feel like he's been creating stuff on the fly, which is causing some of these players to hate the way he's been handling things. But I think what you just said will be a great idea. Having him have a set set of rules that, hey, if you do this is the amount of games you're going to get regardless. And if you do this on your first offense, your second offense, these are the type of punishments you will get. And so I think that's something that I think they're going to probably look into in the near future. Hopefully.
Again, they shouldn't have gave him that power.
But then again, they gave him that power from the whole bargaining agreement. They didn't hold out. So
yeah, they messed that up themselves. Now I'm sure this next one they're going to try to go way overboard the other way, which is probably going to mess it up even more.
Yeah, it's probably going to be it might be a legit strike next time around. But you know how it is with the NFL, man. When it comes to their money, those players, everybody ain't getting paid the same, and so a lot of people can't afford to sit out, and that's why they folded before. So we'll see when the next bargaining agreement comes around. I don't know when it is, but I won't be surprised if they do have like a little mini holdout. So
yeah, I could see that. It's going to be interesting. Going to be very, very interesting. I wonder how much the owners, because like now, they're trying to say some of the owners don't want Kraft. Want Goodell no more. It's going to be interesting to see that. I personally, like you said, he's not that bad, in my opinion. Like I said, he just needs to get the penalty system together, and he'll be fine. Other than that, sorry, Patriots fans, I can't be with you on the whole hate.
They'll be all right. It's just 4 games, man. Y'all, and if you look at their schedule, they can go
like softest games in the world. Come on.
So they'll be all right, man. Plus, they in the AFC East. They've been running that division for years now. So they'll figure it out. So just let that go ahead and go. Let them get that little suspension and just get it over with.
Yeah, you're still going to win your division and make the playoffs.
Right.
You're fine. You're fine. In fact, you want Tom Brady sitting out so he don't get hurt. Keep him healthy.
Especially going up against Arizona. That D-line. Miami got a decent little D-line. Houston got a nice little D-line. Buffalo. So those first 4 games, Brady can get hit a lot.
Going to avoid some of the best pass rushes.
Right.
So, yeah, it is kind of a, blessing for him to sit out for this. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. All right. So, last topic of the conversation. You have any advice for anybody trying to get into YouTube? In particular, you do a lot of sports gaming stuff.
Right.
And there's a lot of different sports personalities out there. A lot of big sports personalities on YouTube that people are going to feel compelled to want to compete with, but take away the whole I got to compete with person A personally. What would your advice be as far as somebody who's trying to jump into it and start up?
Honestly, if you're starting a sports channel or whatever, just a channel in general, main thing, everybody says just have fun. That's the truth, man. You just gotta have fun. Don't even look at, things going on around you. Sometimes it takes a while. Sometimes it don't. Some guys hit gold, real quick. Some guys it takes longer than others. Just interact with people, especially when it comes to sports. You're gonna get a lot of trollers when it comes to the comment section, especially. And I think doing sports, you probably get more, traffic than most stuff anyway, because, everybody want to hear, somebody else's thoughts on, on said team and stuff like that. And that's how you get like a random, a lot of random guys come through. They come through into your comment section and stuff like that. You might get somebody in there that come at you crazy, but you just got to have fun with it, because that's what sports is all about anyway. It's trash talk sometimes. You can do a nice little debate. There's times where, somebody come in my comment section and be like, hey, you did this wrong. You did that wrong. And then if I go look into it, and sometimes you just gotta admit, say, hey, you know what, I was wrong, and they respect that. Some guys respect that. They'll appreciate, I guess your truthfulness and stuff like that especially when it comes to sports. And so, I personally, when it comes to stuff like that, I don't really look at anything as necessarily competition, because we all in here, just trying to get our thoughts out and stuff like that. And so, I try to listen and watch other people's sports things as well, so I can get, ideas and stuff like that as to how I can go about doing things differently and stuff like that. So that's just my take on it, man. Just have fun. Come in with an open mind and interact. You gotta be interactive too. Stay up to date with with topics and stuff like that, so you're not out of the loop. So you can fall back on something. At least you know what you're talking about and stuff. That's just my whole thing, man. Just have fun and be open minded to it, and you'll be all right, in my opinion. So.
Now, would you say there should be a particular game, or just play what you want? What is your position on that? Because I know
when it comes to games, oh man, you're talking about like just sports games or just games in general?
Well, in general too, because I know like with people who do outside of sport, who don't do sports, there's a debate on whether or not you should just play what's current, what's hot, or what you enjoy to play. What is especially with sports, I think that's something that a lot of people do as well. Because sports games, they cycle a lot faster than most games. Most of them are annual. You rarely get that sports game that takes a couple of years in between of each edition. But would you say people should just play the latest, or just play what they want? What's your stand on that?
See, with sports, I think it's kind of different with sports because, like, say if I'm still playing Madden 16 and Madden 17 is, I think with sports game you probably are forced to get the latest edition, only because sometimes people come to your channel because they don't have the game, and so they see you playing something that they don't have. Some people get into that. I think when it comes to sports game, you have to be, pretty much updated or up to par with somebody else. Because, like you said, you may not look at things as a competition, but there's still, options for somebody else to come, and watch something else. So if they see you playing something old, they might just, just disregard you and, go to the guy that's playing the present thing. I think when it comes to sports games, now other games, I think if you creating a channel and you want to play games just because somebody else is playing, I think that's the wrong way to go, because I don't think your energy is going to be 100% there if you're forcing yourself to play a game. I guess there were times where I probably felt like I was forcing, a video on the channel and stuff like that, and you will see the responses to that. People, feed off of that. And so once you realize that that's not getting any, views or anything like that, you're like, you know what, this is not necessarily my lane. That doesn't mean I don't want to play it, but I may want to play it on my free time. Like I said, you don't have to, record everything that you play. There's things that I play a lot of games I don't upload to my channel because that's not the direction that I'm going in. And so my audience probably won't even, feed into that unless they like true subscribers and they don't care what I play. But I think once it comes to just normal games, just play what you like to play. Put your energy into that video, and whoever comes through, they will feed off of that, and they'll understand that is genuine. And so I guess that's a lot of knock against a lot of these, top channels. Some people feel like they're just forcing themselves to play it. They don't have that same energy that they once had, when they first started off. And so I think if you play something that you love and you enjoy, then your audience will, feel that energy from your commentary or, your post commentary, live commentary, whatever you're doing with the video. And so that's just my opinion on the matter.
I hear you. Yeah, I feel the same way. Too many people just do stuff just to get attention. It just doesn't work. It's not going to work. People know when you're being fake.
Right.
All right, so let's wrap this up. Let everybody know where to find you at again, so they'll know your YouTube channel, Twitter, all that stuff, the league, and also who's in the league as well that they might want to check out.
Regarding, I guess YouTuber wise, there's only we're into a different season. I don't think people are uploading this season, but if you want to check out, say the first season that we uploaded, you can check out The Great Patriot. He uploaded that his first season. You can check out The Great Markill. I believe he uploaded his first season, and you can check out my channel as well for the first season when it comes to the uploads. So we're moving on to the third season of the YouTube stuff. That should be starting off soon. I don't know if The Great Patriot is going to start that off again. I would have to check into that, but you can check out those 3 channels when it comes to, I guess, online Fade League videos.
Okay. And where can they find you on Twitter?
At KidDaGamer. You can find me at on Twitter. I do a little bit of Twitch, not too much. So that's just like random games of me just playing whatever I feel like playing at the time. So those are where you can, link up with me. You can link up with me on YouTube, Twitch, or Twitter. Primarily Twitter. That's where I probably spend most of my time at anyway. So
yeah, please follow him on Twitter and talk shit about his teams. So.
Right. Yeah. And I'm gonna come with it back. Sometimes if I disagree, I'll let you know. Sometimes I hold L, sometimes I give out L. So
y'all be having some of the most unique battles when it comes.
Right, yeah. So that's where I'm most active, especially around football season. You want to get my raw thoughts on games. If you're a Packer fan, follow me. That's all I pretty much talk about is the Packers. Unless I'm talking trash about other teams. So.
All right, well, thank you again for coming on the show. Appreciate it, man.
Oh, no, appreciate you inviting me, man. I like doing this, man.
Yeah, and I'm going to have to bring you back once we get closer to the NFL season so we could talk picks, predictions, and all that.
No doubt, yeah. Always available.
Yeah, so I could, cry some more about the Redskins. How they piss me off. God. Oh, my God. Why am I still a fan? I'm wearing this shirt, too. By the way, I don't even know why.
They should be able to take the East. I mean, hopefully. We'll see.
All things considering.
Dallas, I don't know. Dallas, they look better on offense, but defensively, they still got some question marks. Eagles, I don't know what's going on with the Eagles. I remember last year when I made a prediction video for the Eagles, I had fans coming at me crazy. They were saying they was going, 14-2 and 13-3.
That's the unrealistic. They just booed their fucking quarterback, who they cheered at the draft. That's their rationality. If you're Eagles fans, I'm sorry, but y'all are rational as fuck.
So the Giants, they brought in all those players. So I think the East is going to be real interesting right now. So Redskins, y'all got the tough schedule because since y'all won the division, y'all going against all the division winners in the NFC. So y'all got Carolina, y'all got Arizona. Y'all got some heavy hitters this year. So y'all gonna be tested.
Oh, he's gonna earn his keep as coach. Gruden,
right?
John Gruden. Oh man. Jay Gruden, whatever his name is, I'll take care of that. I hate that motherfucker. Anyway, thank you again, everybody, for watching. Remember, if you don't want to watch the video form, you can find this podcast on iTunes, SoundCloud, Google Play, and Stitcher. All the links will be in the description. All the links to kids stuff will be in the description as well. And we will see you next time. Thanks again for joining us, people.
Peace out, y'all.